dive into the roundtable discussion.
All right.
We're going to direct questions at specific kind of groups of us, I guess.
Yeah. So let me just get my show notes up here, because I just want to know what order we wanted to do this. So I can't do it without my document.
Get up your document.
I have to get my document up.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're just going to jump right into the roundtable. All right. So just a quick little update. It's on the screen, but we're at $5,267. That is dreams come true. We're making
so awesome.
Young child's dream come true. And
yeah, it's fantastic.
That's what we were hoping for. Yeah. So you guys are great. Yeah, let's move right into the discussion. Who's moderating the thing? Oh, Scott, we said you were to moderate.
Yeah. Okay. I'm happy to do that.
Right, let's just jump right into it with the questions that we have here.
Sounds good. So I'm throwing this toward TBK, Jimmy, John, and Kyle. HTC is seeing 5 works of play, and as we go into the Western Clash, how have you guys felt about the production, the schedule, the casting, all that stuff? What's your general temperature? TPK, let's start with you. What do you think? How do you think things have gone so far for the HGC?
Honestly, I think they've gone better than I was hoping. Like I love the new league formats. I love the scheduled times and being able to know exactly when the teams are playing and getting to watch them. It's been fun to watch both EU and NA because their metas are so different. And so it's just, I think the whole skill level of all the teams involved has risen considerably, which I don't think would have happened near as much if we didn't have this league type format and they were playing consistently for all these places. And of course, like I said, we got the Western Clash coming up here next weekend, so that's going to be a ton of fun. I think production's killing it. The streams have been great. The game pace and the game length and the time between games has been very short. Overall, it's just awesome. I've been very impressed.
It's going really good. So, Kyle, I got a question for you that kind of relates. The way the meta has shifted and moved about, how much impact has HGC had on that as opposed to previous years with either smaller tournaments or just Heroes of the Dorm and that sort of thing?
Oh, a ton. I mean, right now you're watching people sort of seesaw wildly between wanting with the World of Warcraft event going too, like wanting a World of Warcraft comp with 1 tank, 1 support, 3 DPS, 1 specialist. And then you have everyone trying to pull off at the same time everything they're seeing on HGC. But the best thing for me personally is sometimes your hero ends up there and all of a sudden people understand what you're up to. Leoric was falling flat on its face for 3 months now. And now because of his inclusion in HGC, people are okay with you dying and understand the strategy that you're executing. Mm-hmm. And people have said all the time that Heroes suffers from a lack of information across the community, and HGC's given that outlet.
Yeah, I totally agree. Jimmy, let me ask you this. Between Europe, Korea, North America, all these different divisions playing, and a pretty packed schedule, is it too much, or do you think we're okay? Do you think this is too many games to try to keep track of, or have you been able to sort of stay on top of it?
It's a little much if you're wanting to keep up with every single region, but I think that's a good thing, just so that the clashes seem a little bit more impactful. I mean, if you're keeping up on just Europe and North America, you're watching from 9 in the morning Pacific till sometimes like 8 or 9 at night. And that's just 2 regions right there. And they're basically now there's what I want to say, Heroes on every single night.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it can be too much, but I think that's an okay thing because I think each region hits a different demo, and yeah, I like having all of this.
There's gonna be people that want to catch every game of every region of everything so they can follow it exactly. But there's plenty of players who want to just make sure how they want to see the North America and how they're doing, or how China's doing, or whatever. John, do you how much are you actually watching of these games?
I think the advantage of having a bunch to watch is that you can kind of come at it at your own pace. I found out, for example, that apparently the European schedule fit with my schedule a lot better, so I ended up watching a ton of Europe and didn't get to see a whole bunch of North America, but I ended up liking it. It got me into teams that I hadn't been planning on watching, and then getting the VODs later was very nice as well.
Yeah, I agree. Garrett, I want to talk to you about brawls, dude. I don't think you like them. So here's the question. Are we seeing enough new ideas? Is the implementation to your liking specifically, and also do you think generally speaking the player base likes them? Where are you at with brawls?
I'm the wrong person to throw to because it's my least favorite thing in the game.
I know. I was just trying to get a little controversy going here. So tell me why they are, because I think that actually informs my question maybe more than a straight answer. Why is it you're struggling with brawls? And
it's extremely personal. I think they're great. I think they're super creative. I think if, I have nothing against them. It's not why I personally come to Heroes. I come to Heroes to crush my enemies in a rule set that I understand. So this today is the wackiest I get. I would much rather be in a game with 4 of my other friends, murdering strangers to an extreme degree.
Yeah, I guess I don't disagree. I'm kind of there with you. Gizmo Zord, are you completing yours every week? You getting your gold?
I'm completing mine most weeks. Some weeks, if it's a repeat, I skip over it unless I really liked it. So I'll probably never play the Garden Terror one again, ever again.
Yeah.
But overall, I think for the most part, they're really good. Yeah. It'd be nice to see less repeats, but it's understandable. If they're coming up with new brawls all the time, they can be spending that time working on the actual game.
Yeah.
Plus, we've seen a lot of repeats lately, so I expect we'll see an interesting brawl here coming up within the next couple weeks.
One upside seems to be that they are making, even though they're repeating, they're being tweaked and pared down so they're not as long, or they're not, they're working on mechanics to make them a little more fun or quick. So yeah, they are a thing that they are, and there's a portion of the player base that likes them, and that 1,000 gold is really nice. But good luck getting Garrett to play it anyway. You'll earn your 1,000 gold some other way, man. That's how you look at it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's talk about the ranking system. Bo, how is the new ranking system for you? And what do you think of the changes to Hero League being in solo queue only?
I've actually really liked the solo queue change. I think for the most part, my games have actually felt better in terms of the people I'm playing with. I know that's not everyone's experience, but for the most part, I get more GGs at the end of games I've lost. You do get some more disappointing things. Sometimes it's nice to have a duo on your team because they're coordinating, and if you're smart enough, you can capitalize on those things. But for the most part, I find it positive. What's not been positive, and I hear this anecdotally or secondhand maybe because I haven't queued up for 2s or 3s that much, but I hear 2s and 3s can be kind of rough. And I can imagine. I mean, 5-person team league's good. We're always licking our chops when we're up against 2s and 3s in Team League too, so that can't be good for them. So I kind of want to see it stay the same way with solo queue being the way it is, but it would be nice to find a solve for 2s and 3s.
Sure. Because
someone's getting left out in the cold there, and I do think it is fun to play with a friend or two. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a 3rd ranked queue or not, but that's about where I'm at with it.
All right. Rylan Dune, how you feeling about Team League specifically and those changes to Team League?
You know what? I have to echo what Bo was saying. I kind of feel, I hate to advocate a 3rd mode, but I think it would be best to have a 2, 3, and 4 queue. And I'll be honest, I kind of miss the old system where there was an actual team. Like you had a team structure with a set list of people. Now we're going way back, obviously, in the Team League, but I kind of think that would be nice. So maybe a 3rd structure would be good.
Kyle, thoughts on how it's all going in there in both competitive modes?
I think it's going great. I think just bring on some map bans at this point.
Oh yeah, map bans. Why don't we have map bans yet? That's a great question.
It's tough.
Just remove Garden of Terror.
Yeah.
Well, when you get down to the mad specific ones like Zool Blackheart's Bay, there's a really impactful pick that I'm not going to practice for the 1 in 12 chance that I get it.
Yeah.
Right.
Multizord, any other thoughts on Team League and solo queue Hero League?
Yeah, I'm just in kind of a weird space with it because I just love playing with people, but I also don't really have a day of the week that I can set aside for a full 5-stack Team League. So, I think it's good, and it's a better system than we had previously, for sure. But for me personally, I'm kind of stuck in between where, I'm thinking perhaps a new mode would be better.
How about this one, Garrett? There is, I would argue, one of the fastest paces to any Blizzard release schedule right now happening in the game. We're getting buffs and nerfs. Sometimes once, sometimes twice a week. the game's starting to mature. We got a bigger roster. How do you feel about the pace of things at this stage? Do you think it'll slow? Do you think it'll speed up? Are you happy with where it is?
I think it's going to stay about where it is. I mean, we've talked about on the show for a while now that it's like it's like scattershot. It's kind of hard to keep your head around every single thing that's going on. I will say I really enjoyed this past week where there wasn't a change. It was nice. It's like, oh, cool. We get to wrap our brains around this. That being said, I can't wait for the murky nerf. But overall, I think they're killing it. And I agree with you. You said you make the argument that it's the fastest. I agree. So argument one, it is the fastest development cycle, I think, of any of the teams of Blizzard.
It is, and it's great. And I wanted to, for whatever reason, it makes it feel vibrant and alive to me. Jimmy, where are you at with how quickly this stuff hits?
I'm relatively happy with it, but like Garrett was, I feel like I'm just going to echo what Garrett said, but not having the changes this week was kind of a nice change of pace, although Murky definitely does need changes. The only thing I'm worried about is with HGC stuff, but they seem to have that all set up where it's usually a patch behind if it's too recent of a patch, which is good. I think just keeping the game fresh and shaking up the meta relatively often makes it a good dynamic environment to play.
Yeah, I think this is the reason why it's currently my favorite Blizzard game. I don't know if I've said that out loud anywhere, but I feel like I love everything Blizzard makes. But I
you heard it here, folks.
I cannot stop playing this game. Yeah.
Our reverse draft game today. Look at that. Look how much we agonized over what hero to give each other. And that, I think, is a direct result of all of the care and the frequent changes that come to this game.
Yeah, it's a embarrassment of riches. Gizmo, any additional thoughts about the pace of release for the game right now?
Yeah, so I personally enjoy it, as a player who's playing this game, a majority of the days on the week. I do think it'll slow down whenever the hero pool or hero releases eventually slow down because we have a big enough pool, because there won't need to be as many balance changes. I do worry for people who don't play the game as often. Maybe, play for a week, come back in a couple weeks, play some more, because it is difficult trying to adjust to all these changes week in and week out. So I wonder if it makes it really challenging for them to keep up on everything, because I can imagine that's pretty difficult.
Tricky for sure. Now, we just finished an event, or it's almost over. It ends on the 15th. I think March 15th, right? Do I have that right? Or is it the 25th?
No, it's the 15th.
15th.
Or the
okay.
14th.
14th. That's what it is. Because it's right. That event that's finishing, or that I think we all finished it so quick we assumed it was over by now, but we're kind of preaching to the choir here a little bit. We're of course going to do these events, and we're going to take advantage of whatever they give us. But John, I'm curious what you think about how the current Warcraft event is going, or has went for people. Do you feel like it was effective in bringing over Warcraft players and having a bunch, or at least a percentage of them stay?
I think it was definitely effective getting people over. I saw plenty of people that I never see in Heroes jumping over and trying things. I played with people that maybe tried the game when it first came out and bounced. I'm still curious to see how many of those people are going to stick around, but I also don't think there's anything wrong with, just occasionally throwing out events like this and bringing people in. I have to imagine that there is a percentage that come in and see they earned something or got something or had a good time and say, hey, I'm going to stick around. I'm going to keep going with that.
Yeah, I think we all have some anecdotal evidence. Ryan, when the event happened with Overwatch, it specifically, I had friends who stayed and said, whoa, this game's really turning out to be kind of rad. I think I'll hang out here more. What's been your experience, at least, with friends and players that you see and meet?
I agree. I think a lot of people are in some ways rediscovering the game a second time, because let's just be honest, when the game had its quote official launch, it was not anywhere near the state it is now. Like, it is just head and shoulders so much better than it was on launch. And so some people may have written it off, some people may not have even known about it. And I honestly think, I don't think it's bad for Blizzard to do these type of cross promotions, because it's not necessarily taking away from the other games. It's getting people basically into more than one Blizzard game. And as long as Blizzard keeps the people in their ecosystem, the deeper they are in their ecosystem, the better it is for Blizzard, right? Yeah. And so in a lot of ways, I think these type of events are extremely helpful, because they just get people in deeper. They show people who've never played it what they like, and all the Heroes of the Storm characters are in other Blizzard games, so there's that immediate draw for new people who can be familiar with, oh yeah, Sylvanas, I know who that is, or Thrall, Raynor or whatever, and I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, seems like it's working. Rillandon, one final question for you. Are mounts and gold enough for these events to keep us coming back, or are we eventually, going to get tired of this stuff?
I think if they, if they keep up the quality of the mounts like they are in this particular event, I think it might be enough, or something to that extent. The mounts in both games are fantastic, especially the WoW mount that you get. That Flame Saber is the thing's freaking awesome. So if they keep that high level of reward, yes, I think it might be enough. It's harder to say, like maybe something like the Overwatch with the Genji skin, that's one skin for one character. But with the mounts, it's, character wide throughout the entire game. So it's hard to say that, yes, definitively that will be enough. But I think if they look at this Warcraft event and keep that as a model of this is something that people were really driven to, I think that, yeah, it could be, certainly.
Very exciting. All right, quick question for everybody. Quick, brief answers on this. Favorite moment from today's show. And don't say it's when Scott screamed, because that's not it.
Scott, it's when you screamed, because I made that happen, and it was like... It's like if somebody put a button in front of you and when you pushed it, the most satisfying thing. And
yeah, I mean,
it
listen,
was like that.
I don't blame you. If I was you, I would have felt the same. But who's got like a moment, a perfect ult, a bad mistake, something?
I'm gonna go with Dear Martha for the Battle of Billions.
That was good. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Dear Martha as well, because John forgot that it was actually me who lost the game at the end, and he used Gizmozord's death in it. So
that's always good.
But the one thing I would say about the Dear Martha is you have to wait until John really feels upset, which I think happened during Next Jeopardy. When it was long, this game is going too long. Matlock is on. I need to stop playing.
Well, it was,
and that was my favorite moment.
That was really good.
All the times where I had to tell somebody to go walk and take punishment, that was the best part.
That was excellent.
And the $5,000 we all raised. Just seeing that
might be my favorite moment.
Yeah,
my favorite moment is realizing how rad this community is and how not only giving and generous they are, but accepting and willing to play with each other. And listen, take it from a guy who's been doing podcasts since 2005. That wasn't always so easy when you were doing a WoW podcast and you were looking for other friendly shows to work with. That just was a weird deal, and it would cause a lot of weird drama. And the fact that we're all doing this together and in such weird Zen-like Kharazim harmony is crazy, and it's awesome. So I probably can't say that enough. I really like that part of this. Real quick.
Did we get everybody?
I think so. Did I miss anybody on the favorite moments? I feel like I missed somebody.
You're all my favorite moment.
I was just gonna,
I like when Bo left for 2 minutes because I thought he had to poo. But anyway, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
I was going to echo Kyle and us agonizing over the reverse draft, trying to figure out what to give you guys.
It was fantastic.
That was fun.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic. And last year it was so easy to do. Like we would just say, "Oh, okay, well, Murky," and whoever else was terrible at the time.
Right.
I think that just speaks to the game and how far it's come.
Yeah. Now, and the first ban was Murky, I think, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Or no, John ended up with Murky or something. I can't remember how that went.
Abathur.
Oh, Abathur. That's what it was. Yeah, that's right. All right, one more question for everybody, and then we can move on. We know that there's an upcoming loot system, or at least we think so. What are people expecting from it? Are we expecting Overwatch style? You might get skins you'd normally have to pay for, but lots of gold and, I don't know, sprays or whatever the equivalent is, or are they going to go some whole new way with loot boxes? They've indicated that they're doing it, but what are going to be the differences? And I'm open to anybody who has any ideas, so just feel free to bust in.
I highly doubt it'll be skins that would normally be paid for. However, I would venture a guess to say that there may be color variants that you wouldn't get otherwise.
I like that a lot.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm I'm hoping there is, whatever they end up being, there's a way to buy them with both money and gold, because I think this game needs more gold sinks.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lot of. I mean, other than the mounts, you have master skins, but that's a huge time sink per master skin as well.
Yeah.
So I think there needs to be some more gold sinks, and I hope that that's tied in with this new system.
I think if they had an arena mode, and like in Hearthstone, that you could sink your money into to play 4 prizes at the end of that, sounds really compelling to me.
Ooh,
I'm sure there's a
yeah.
lot of ideas on how to
That'd
do
be
that.
interesting.
Yeah, I like
That-
that.
Yeah,
That's-
for sure.
That's a good use of gold, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would just be that's just inciting like the chat rage.
Oh,
Like you would
for
have
sure.
to turn chat off in that mode. It'd be
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, no, because you'd suddenly there's real stakes, and you have a team you have to count on, and yeah, it would get ugly real quick. You'd have to have Hearthstone emotes instead of the ability to type to anybody.
Yeah.
But I would really like to see just more rewards in general. We've talked about this on our show a lot. I know you guys have all mentioned it before, but just more reasons to keep playing, even though I have all the reasons in the world. I love playing, and I will just keep playing. Even when my quests are done and I've done everything else and there's no more events to complete, I still just want to play and win with friends. But when I'm soloing, I'm less motivated if I don't have some reason to do it. So maybe that's a better leveling curve. Maybe it's I don't know. But however loot boxes or loot systems fit into this, I hope they're considering all those factors when they do it, because I think that part of the ramp in this game is not quite up to the level that they've struck in other games of theirs.
Well, and bring on the customization. Let's get some banners on the forts. Let's get custom voiceovers. Let's get minions that you can turn into different looking things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
Custom
put a-
voiceovers for sure.
Sure, little top hat on your mount, whatever. Like that kind of stuff is compelling and great. And I think this game has enough unique ways to do it that will separate it and differentiate it from Overwatch. At least that's my thinking. It's exciting stuff, though. Big stuff happening this year. I hope we get to do another one of these and make even more money for a bunch of kids. Bo.
Yes, sir.
I'm throwing the torch
let's
back
do
to
a bit
you.
of cleanup. The party's winding down, folks. I'd like to know, John Vessa, do we have prizes left to give away?
We do.
John?
I'm out at this point.
Cool. All right.
So-
Great. So Vessa has a few more prizes to give away.
All right.
What do you have for the bundles? Not the stim packs we can save for a rainy day, but if you got some bundles, let's give them out and say thank you for.
We do have some bundles left. I have 3 Zul'jin bundles left. I have
Okay.
1 Lucio bundle and a Valera bundle.
Wow.
All right. So type Zul'jin if you want Zul'jin. Type Lucio.
Oh,
if you want.
Does
that work?
Yep, yep, yep.
One
That's
at a
not gonna
time.
one at a time.
Okay. Oh, you can't do concurrent.
Yeah,
No.
you only
What do you
don't
think
have the
this
tech-
is, Bo?
My
We don't have
bot's
the
limited,
technology.
okay? It's worked out. It's it's worked out
Okay.
so well today, but
It's all good.
Yeah, no, you've been doing a fantastic job. By the way, we're gonna start with Zul'jin. Let's give a big thank you to Vessa, who was basically recruited 30
Yeah.
minutes before the show.
Seriously, thank you.
Does
Absolutely.
applause work in Discord?
Yeah. Do what work
Pardon
in
me?
Discord? What do?
I said, does applause work? Like if we all clap, will it
Oh,
just
let's do that.
oh god,
sound like a computer
oh
part?
god.
Well done. All the way from the snowy hills of Colorado, Vessa.
The
Well
Vanna
done.
White of Heroes.
Yes.
Yeah. So Vessa volunteered just like yesterday, but then 30 minutes before the show, I'm like, "Can you help us?" And she's like, "I'm streaming, man." I was like, "Please." And so we're very grateful for your help today.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're
we're gonna get the Zul'jin prizes out, and then the last 2
Yep.
towards the end.
And
While
I'll
that's
roll I'll roll 3 for this and get rid of all the Zul'jin right away.
All right. Get rid of them. And so while you do that, I think we can, part of the deal with doing the show is we each have our sort of fan bases or listeners, and it's to expose one another's fans to the other ones, although I'm sure plenty of you listen to all the shows. So let's just start with Jimmy. Jimmy, you wanted to give some shout outs or do some linkage pimping, that kind of thing?
Sure. Yeah, just thanks everyone for having me on the show once again. It's been really fun. I do host the Heroes Power Hour on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific over on twitch.tv/BlizzPro. You can follow Heroes Power Hour on Twitter as well as myself, DJ Tyrant, and I think that's it. Yeah, check out the show. Let me know what you think, and talk a lot about HCC. And I have 4 other co-hosts, so it's a packed show. But we all talk about HCC, and it's been really fun. We started making predictions on who would win games and arguing about that. So it's been a lot of fun with the incentivizing, kind of paying attention to HCC.
No, that's cool. That's cool, man. There's a lot going on all of a sudden in that realm. It was a big pleasure having you here, man. So thank you for participating. Next up, we got our good friend Vincent, Mr. Vincent. Hotscast.
Yeah,
I've had her.
That's me. Again, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. This has been a blast. You can check out Hotscast. It is definitively the most off the rails, ridiculous, just nonsensical Heroes show out there. So it's a lot of fun. It's myself, my 2 co-hosts, Mike and Kaylee. You can find that at Hotscast on Twitter, Hotscast on all the social medias. And for myself, you can find me at Vincent Minucci. That's 2 N's and 2 C's. Minucci.
Yeah, and not Minute.
Minucci, Minute Now.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, yes, but
all right. Well, thank you so much. It was also a pleasure having you be part of the thing.
Thanks.
Now we got the Zord guys. All right. So Ryan,
Zord guys.
from Lords.
They
of
got
Storm.
demoted from Zord Lords to the Zord guys.
Yep, the Zord guys. I don't know if you guys all want to go together or one at a time, or but Ryan, you take it. You start it off.
Okay, I can cover our main
True.
stuff. Yeah, you can. We do a Heroes podcast. It's kind of why we're here. I don't know why I said that. Glad everyone knows now.
Wow.
Everyone,
Thank you for taking that, Ryan.
Just so listeners know, we all need to eat dinner. I think we're.
I'm getting delusional. But yeah, you can. We just love the Heroes community. It's just been such an awesome thing to be a part of. We do our show Wednesday nights at 9 Central with audio episodes after that. You can find us on Twitter at Lords of the Storm, twitch.tv/Lords of the Storm, and you can find myself at TBKZord on Twitter.
Nice.
Sweet. Yeah. All right, Greg.
Yeah, for sure. Just I want to kind of reiterate what Scott said just about the Heroes community being amazing. You know, this was our first podcast we ever ventured off into. And I think one of the things, like our fears was like, oh man, there's, so many great shows out there already. It was kind of intimidating, but everyone just kind of welcomed us with open arms. And it's been just a blast to become a part of the community. And our show is, I guess the thing that kind of makes our show a little bit different would be, we're just 4 friends that loved talking about Heroes. And I think you can kind of, you get that sense of friendship just from our show and the way we talk about the game. But you can find me on Twitter at GizmoZord as well as Twitch.
Nice.
4 friends?
It started off
It started at 5.
5.
Yeah, you're good.
We ran
It's
the
like
other 2 off.
It's like the
Split the
Fellowship
middle.
of the
Just
Ring.
split the middle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Baromir Zord died in the first book.
Well, he tried to take the ring, so.
Yeah, we had to do something about it. He couldn't take the ring.
He took a lot of arrows, too.
Multi, tell people where they can find you and whatever you want, shoutouts or whatever.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm on Twitter at MultiZord. I'm one of these Lords of the Storm folks, and I just wanted to thank you guys for having us, for sure. I do another podcast I guess I could throw out there called The Cavalry. It's about Overwatch, but past that, it's just an honor to be here with you guys and to just be a part of the Heroes community, for sure.
Thanks, man.
Sweet, man. Well, thank you, Lords of the Storm, for participating again, and extra special thanks to Ryan for again helping a lot with this. Me and him were kind of the ringleaders, so he's a good partner to have, and you guys are lucky to have him on Lords.
I'm virtually hugging you right now, Bo.
Is that roll of quarters? Anyways, next.
Oh, goodness.
Is that your short sword?
Yeah.
I'm not subscribed to his email news list, guys.
That's
All
right.
right. We got to move on now. All right. We got to move on to the next people. Garrett, my man.
Hey.
The Nexus. All right. Tell people where they can find your cool shows and what you're up to.
I'm on Into the Nexus with my counterpart, Kyle Ferguson, which you can find over at amove.tv. That's amove.tv/ITN or anywhere podcasts can be found.
Sweet.
All around the world.
Yeah. All right. And Kyle, Tarask himself.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Kyle Ferguson. My YouTube is youtube.com/Kyle Ferguson. I'm a Heroes of the Storm coach. And well, you can find all those videos, learn to plays, and of course the Team League weekends, which I do with quite a few dudes in this very chat here, is a fantastic way to learn some higher end strategy with darn good folk.
That sounds like a good time.
All right. Last but not least, John, you still there? John.
Hi.
John.
Hi. Hi, everybody. It takes my microphone a minute to.
That was great.
Yeah. Sounds like he's.
What's going on?
I know your thing cuts in and out. It's weird.
Oh, hi. I'm going to be right up on the microphone and see if that helps.
All
Hello.
Right. Hi. Tell us
John here.
Give a shout outs. Tell people where they can find you.
Hey. Hey, everybody. Hi.
What is that?
Follow me on Twitter at John_Jagger, and you can listen to me on Core, where my microphone works better, maybe sometimes. And you can find out more about that show at heroesforyou.com.
Nice.
Clearly
nailed it.
Gandalf sword.
6.5 out of 10. Best.
Killed it. Best
outro
NA.
ever.
Best
Yes.
outro NA. Good
Best
job.
outro NA.
Basically, you can find us at heroesforyou.com, right,
Yeah,
Scott?
you totally can, or frogpants.com/core, whatever is the easiest thing for you to do. That'll get you there.
So just to wrap everything up, and before I do, Vesta, are we giving out any more codes?
We
Is
have
Lucian done?
Lucio. We have Lucio up for grabs. So
Okay,
drop
type Lucio in the chat.
Okay.
Type it before Vesta gets organized, so she gets mad at me.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm already way ahead of you, friend.
All right, cool.
Very nice.
All right, type Lucio. So I just wanted to take a moment real quick before we end the show. I already kind of gave Mick a shout out, but I did want to send a thank you to Mick Montgomery and the Stormcast crew from last year. He was a big part of getting this done the first time. So we wouldn't be here without him asking all of us to do this stuff. I mean, I'm not sure whose idea was originally. I know he's the one who approached me last year. So shout out to him and to Dills. The other thing I wanted to do is a big thank you to Blizzard. Part of what made this event so huge and so successful is we got put up on the launcher. We got great prizes from them. Like, I don't know what the total is, but it's like at least $1,000 in prizes, if not more, to make this happen, and that's extremely generous. So thank you to the Blizzard community team, Lashes, Spirian, the other ones. I don't know all the people. I don't know all the people on the community team. But
Siobhan, Brandon,
Well done, you
Siobhan,
guys.
yep. Somebody
Siobhan,
help me. We're a
love
team.
Siobhan.
We're a team.
yeah,
Siobhan's great.
Siobhan, Brandon,
Ravenix.
Ravenix.
yeah.
I don't.
Personally, I was a fan of just calling them the other ones.
Yeah, the other ones.
Yes.
I like that a lot.
I don't know everyone's name, but I'm trying. All right, so we picked a good person to do this, obviously, and so big thank you to them. They made this really awesome, and big thank you to Scott for being the guy on the camera and
Yeah.
for the screams
It's
and
all
for
good. You all had to look at my
and-
ugly face on and off, but
Yeah.
it was an honor to play a role in this, and everything Bo said plus 20. It was awesome.
Last but not least, thank you to let me just refresh here, 194 people who donated the 5,332, which is going to form our final tally for the event.
Fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
It's pretty great, and we'll forward on to the community any cool response we get from the folks at Make a Wish.
We're all doing shows next week. We're all going to probably do a debrief and
Mhm.
talk about how great.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
thank you.
So can we take a second? I want to shout out Bo too. I think Bo needs a little bit of special recognition because he's been super busy. We've been working super hard on this, but he's done so much organizing, so much formatting, so many good ideas, lots of extra night meetings and such to make this happen. So Bo, we salute you.
The night meetings were no problem at all. Really,
Does
they were my pleasure. They were my.
Bo
Yes,
deserve
yes.
a Dear Martha?
He might. John?
Well, no, we're not complaining about me.
Yeah, that's true. You have to complain about him. That's true.
So it's important that it has to be something someone, or else
It's no good.
we don't do happy, dear Martha.
Never.
Like, we haven't done a dear Martha. I had
Dear
a wonderful
Mary.
day today.
I'm doing great. Yeah, Dear Marys are different.
Dear
Mary,
Martha, let me tell you about my dream journal.
And look, for people who want the D pics, who've been asking me, who've been hounding me for weeks now,
Yeah.
because of a certain someone who promised it on my behalf.
Yeah. I don't know who that was. I don't know who you're
We're
talking
gonna work
about.
on getting you something.
Yeah.
So
I don't know anything about this.
Stay tuned for that.
Good that you're stepping back from that, Bo, and not encouraging it further. Really.
Yeah. They'll all be out of their head now. So
I have an
well
idea.
done.
I have an idea.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
All right.
Well, hey, speaking about D-Picks, Valera bundle. Valera bundle. That's our last thing.
There it is.
What a great transition there.
Is that the word? What's the
No,
what's the
the
connection?
word will be Valera.
Put in, just Valera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's give that
Yeah,
thing away.
we're gonna Valera, and then that's the last thing we have.
That's all we've got.
All right, Scott, put a bow on it.
All right. That's going to do it, everybody. Thank you all for being here, for listening, for being a part of this. That was amazing, and everybody here was great, and I want to do this all the time with people I like, and I like everyone here, so we should do this kind of stuff more often. That's going to do it. You guys won't hear this music, but the audience will. Take it easy, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Cheers. There it is.
Well done. Now we just killed us. Hold on. Okay, we killed it. Well done.
Well
done.
Yeah.
We did it.
Awesome job, everybody.
Yeah.
That was great. Thanks, everybody.
That was a ridiculous amount of money.
Over
Yeah, we
$2,000
wrecked that goal.
over our goal.
That's just insane.
Yeah. Plus, it was I don't know. It's so funny how I always think these things are going to be really long, and it was long, but it didn't feel long. So I like that. I like that a lot.
What's really funny is that me and Bo in our original discussion had talked about setting a $5,000 goal, and we were like, no, that's a little scary. That's a little too scary. Let's go higher than But
we drafted smart for the map, and came out on top.
We made that
community came through.
goal, log out and uninstall.
That's right. Well, awesome. Everybody get back to your lives. Try to salvage your Saturday with your significant others, or play more Heroes. I don't know. That may be what you do. I wouldn't blame you.
I'm going to eat dinner, man, because I'm fading. That's
I'm going to go eat dinner.
Everyone should
I
go
believe, as an FYI, we're going to leave the donation open until the morning.